So guys, greetings from Houston, Texas. Mike coming at you from Outlaw Astrology. And today I'm going to go over a relationship astrology related topic. And it's pretty interesting. It's composite charts. I remember when I was first introduced to composite charts, it really sort of like cracked open Pandora's box in terms of dealing with relationship astrology. So what is a composite chart? Well, it differs from the traditional synastry chart in the sense that the synastry just rules day-to-day relating between the two people, and a composite chart is a midpoint chart of the two individuals combined together to form one concentric chart where you can look at the energies that are generated between the couple when they're together. And you can do composite charts for relationships. You can also do them for parent-child relationships. You can do them for friendships. You can do them for business partnerships, and those are actually incredibly useful. Stuff like that, you want to look for stuff like Jupiter, Sun, or Moon in the second house. That's money. So when you're looking at a composite chart, what it is like I said, it's the two individuals' natal charts that are combined, and you find the midpoint between the different planets. So like you say, person A's planet or person A's moon is going to be in like Libra, and person B's moon is going to be in like Sagittarius, 15 degrees respectively. Well, if you do the midpoint between those two planets, then it's going to land at 15 degrees Scorpio. So it's kind of like where each person's planetary energies meet in the middle. And then you look at the aspects being made between those planets to sort of figure out, how the different aspects of the personality are playing out. So like the sun is the ego of the relationship. The moon is like the emotional heart of the relationship. Venus is how the couple expresses love to each other, what they like, what they dislike. Mars is the ego drive of the relationship. Jupiter is where the relationship can expand. The ascendant is very much about how outside people view the relationship. You read it essentially like a natal chart. You just have to take certain things into consideration. Like these energies are going to be affecting both people. It's just something that gets brought up when those two people are brought together. You can see a lot of issues pop up as well. Like if you see synastry aspects, like Pluto making a lot of aspects in synastry, and they can even be like flowing aspects. But then you look at the composite, and there's a lot of Pluto aspects, but there are a lot of hard aspects. Then you can definitely see a theme that's appearing between. It's consistent to both the synastry and the composite chart. So it's definitely going to become much more of an issue than initially seen in the synastry. Also, you want to look at the house placements more so than the sign placements. The sign placements aren't, for the moon, it's a little bit interesting to look at, but the house placements and the aspects being made between the planets are of prime importance. You can also do a Davison chart as well, which is essentially the same as a composite chart. It just uses a different system for calculating the positions. And the composite and the Davison are basically two sides of the same story. Some people would call it, the Davison is like the inside looking out, and the composite is the outside looking in, but that's all based on opinion. Some people would say the Davison's more accurate. I'd say there's a lot to be learned from the Davison, and you can use Davisons to make marks charts, which I will do another video on, but they each have their pros and their cons. Now, the progressed composite, it's the same thing, except you're not combining the two natal charts of the individual, you're combining the two progressed charts of the individual. And both the progressed composite and the regular composite are very sensitive to transits. So you can look for specific events in the relationship based on certain transits. So like say you see Pluto about to conjunct the descendant exactly on the progressed composite. Well, something big's about to happen, and the mechanisms of the relationship. There's so many things to pay attention to, but it's very interesting to use. It's very, very helpful, and it is far more accurate in determining actual compatibility than just looking at the synastry. Now, the synastry is important too, because if the composite's all nice and pretty and beautiful and nothing but flowing aspects, but the synastry chart has got nothing but hard aspects and a lot of Venus-Pluto bullshit and a lot of, Saturn-Mars stuff, they're still going to be fighting. They're just, it's you have to sort of play all the different charts against each other and look for common themes. You can't just look at one chart and say, oh, this is how it is. No, it's not that simple. Astrology is not that simple. In fact, the more I study astrology, the more complex it gets. But it is a very useful tool. I hope this was helpful. And feel free to like my new Facebook page, Outlaw Astrology. We have a new YouTube channel up. And I do offer consultations. Just feel free to get a hold of me, and I'll be more than happy to be of any assistance. So thank you so much. Until next time.